All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you see, we're having a great show of Ring of Honor. Oh my God.
Shocked to see that.
What could you possibly want, huh? Don't you understand I could have fined you for all the things you've done today? Once again, I tell you, don't lay a finger on my referee. And what do? You do it anyway. And on top of that, you take it upon yourself to badmouth my commentator, Pat McAfee. So please explain to me, who do you want?
I didn't
Make this
badmouth
good.
I didn't badmouth Pat McAfee.
You sure did.
I only told him how I felt because I felt disrespected from that referee because I lost my cruiserweight champion because I was screwed. My hand was on the rope, fair and square. Had my hand on the rope. Santos know he couldn't beat me. So the ref all of a sudden screwed me over. And now he's the champion, I'm not. So what I did was I left, but also
Yo,
came
Pete, do you,
back.
Pete, quick question. Did you ever take the time to let reality settle in? Maybe it wasn't because you had your hand on the rope that you got screwed. You see, men that are so desperate to the point they can't hang in a ring with wrestlers, you know what they do? They do exactly what you do. They put their hand on the rope. Real men, fighters, people who are actually champions, people like Rhea Ripley, people like AJ Styles, they kick out and keep fighting. There's a reason why you're not champion right now, Pete, and it's just because of the fact that you are not championship material. And you proven that tonight. I mean, you honestly sat there, you proven that tonight because as someone that wants to be champion so desperately, and as a person that wants to be champion so bad, you sure don't have a problem beating up a referee more than you have a problem with beating up your actual opponent.
Well, I don't know if you saw that match earlier.
I'm your boss. Of course I saw the match.
All I did was show people that I wanted to be champion, that I wanted to show that I am the baddest man in ROH.
Hey, you think you're the baddest man in ROH? You think you're the baddest man? A man that literally won, literally won by an inch. A man that barely beat Mark Andrews. You think you're the baddest man in ROH? Oh, trust me. You're not the baddest man in ROH, but you are bad when it comes to certain areas. You need to work on yourself before you think you can just walk in here, walk into my company, and think that you're the quote unquote baddest man in ROH. Because I don't know if you've seen, but I already have an injured wrestler. So as far as that baddest man in ROH goes, that spot's already been taken. How about you focus on being yourself? Focus on being yourself. And focus on actually showing people who the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne is. And stop trying to prove to me and referees on who you are. Because little do you know, Pete, you're going to go down this path in your career. Like you've been so many times. You can go through this path in your career where you think that you know it all. And the next thing you know, we're going to see you in overalls and plaid tights. And then you're going to put that goofy ass hat on your head. And you're going to have to sit with the reality. I'm not Pete Dunne. I'm just Butch. And unless you want to go back to those dark days, unless you want to go back to those dark days where you had nothing going for you, and you want to go back to those dark days where you wasn't doing anything but collecting dust up and catering, I consider you better start making some changes. Some very big changes.
You're right. You're right. I'm gonna show that. What's in it for me for next week? Because I know I'm in that number one contenders match to whoever faces Santos Escobar.
You answered your own question. You're in the number one contenders match. You win, you're number one contender. You don't win, you don't become number one contender, you go to the back of the line. It's simple. You answered your own question. So I
And
suggest
I have no problem
you
having
win.
my way. I have no problem earning back what I truly deserve.
Oh, you should have a problem going to the back of the line. Because that's a long line, Pete. That's a long line of people who are hungry, people who have scratched and clawed their way to the top, just like you have. So if I was you, start taking yourself more seriously. Stop worrying about referees and worry about gaining back the championship that you feel like is so rightfully yours. How about you worry about that cruiserweight championship instead of worrying about things that are pointless?
You're right, and I will do that.
I always am.
Um, I'll see you next week, and when I do win that fatal four-way number one contenders match, Santos better be watching because he's got a target in his back.
Once again, you're making the mistake. You're worrying about everything else that doesn't matter. When you need to be worrying about Pete Dunne. You're proving my point right here. Focus on those other three men that you have to fight in that match, Pete. Start taking yourself more seriously. Because as much as you think I really dislike you, I want to see you succeed as much as the next guy. So if I were you, get prepared, be ready, and make sure you win that Fatal 4 match. Or there might not be another opportunity at that Cruiserweight Championship ever again. Oh, by the way, you're not getting off the hook. Yeah, you won't be being paid this week after you attacked my referee, so that fine definitely was taken out your paycheck. Just just before you left the building. Next time, think twice before attacking my referee. Now you may proceed to leave. I'll see you next week. Don't be late.